Welcome to Winter Grace Senior Ministries. I am Debbie Bergio, and I am joined today by Mary Hughes. Mary is a daily money manager, and she will be sharing with us how she takes a great deal of stress out of our lives and the lives of our older loved ones with her daily money management services. Mary, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Debbie. I really am excited to be here this afternoon.
Oh, great. Thanks. Please tell us, what is a daily money manager? I hadn't heard that term myself until about 2 years ago.
So a daily money manager works with older adults, adult children, or anyone in life transition with their day-to-day paperwork and financial life so that they can sleep more peacefully at night. I started as a daily money manager for my own personal experience. I was my mother's caretaker and primary health care advocate. And I didn't know there was such a thing as a daily money manager, but I had been working with my husband since 2008 on his bookkeeping for his business. And I also had been managing my own household budget, for my family. So I always like to say my mother was my first client. And as her health declined, gradually, I started to pick up more and more of her day-to-day paperwork, such as sorting her mail or paying her bills, or also applying for her long-term care insurance. On one particular instance, my mother had been went into the hospital from a fall, but it started to go into kidney failure. And it got a lot more serious very fast. I didn't have her power of attorney. I didn't have her DNR. I really didn't have anything organized at all. So it was my wake-up call. And so she recovered, thankfully, but after that, I went around and I created a binder with all of her financial and legal documents, as well as her latest medication list. So anytime we had to go to a hospital or a doctor's office, I had that handy binder with me so that I knew that if anything, we had it all there. So it was all organized, so I felt a little bit more peaceful myself. Then when my mother passed away in 2015, her affairs were so much more easy to organize because I had everything ready to go. So it just made the transition of her settling her estate that much easier. And then I found out what a daily money manager was, and that's when I wanted to do it myself to help other families in similar situations. And if you have adult children that don't live close by, or they're busy in their own personal, professional life, then I can step in and help a family with this, taking care of their older adults and their parents' affairs.
That's such a wonderful service. Being a daughter as myself, I learned that over the last several years about that process you're talking through, and your binder idea and executing that was just really stroke of brilliance, because it's something everyone should do. So do you help your clients put something together like that as well?
Yes, I will create a binder for my clients with all of their own personal financial information in it. I tend to also rely a lot on Excel spreadsheets. So I put together inventories of their assets as well as their monthly income and expenses, so that I know what's coming in, what's going out, and whatever. It's very interesting sometimes with some of my clients. Their health can decline slowly or rapidly, and at all times, knowing that we know all the assets and we have all that information to hand, it really does make a difference in me feeling more peaceful for them.
Well, it's definitely a tremendous sense of, it can offer a tremendous sense of peace to have that all organized and know that's something you just don't need to worry about. It's taken care of.
Yes.
That's a huge gift.
Yes.
So suppose I said, oh gosh, Mary, I need your services. What is the process to get started with you? How do we get set up? That kind of thing.
Well, I offer a free 20-minute telephone consultation, and that's where we identify possible services that I can provide, as well as identifying goals, your personal goals of what you where you want to go to. And then from that conversation, I would create a proposal and I would send that over to you for you to review. And from there, if you want to sign up with my services, then I would organize our appointment. And things are a little bit more different with COVID because of the restrictions placed upon all of us. So from there, I usually ask people to give me a 2-hour like appointment time, because it just, for my traveling time, although I'm doing a lot more over the phone these days, and Zoom. So that has made life a little bit more different too. So I don't have to do the traveling. Some things it takes longer to accomplish, but some things are a little bit easier. So I need about 2 hours just to help, like if I come to your house to sort your mail or pay your bills, and if we need to make some phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
And I when in the beginning of our meetings, there's a lot more time up front, but then as we progress, we can move the meetings to, every 2 weeks, every month, every quarter, or once a year, just a tax time if you need me to help you put your tax organizer together.
Okay, so you do a variety of services. You can be there monthly to do the monthly bills, or every couple of weeks. I like the idea of also the tax organization. That's super helpful.
Yes, and I'm also a notary, so I offer that service for clients at no additional cost.
Okay, well that's a great combination. And you, where do you see your clients? Are you in Central Maryland, or what's your radius of where you go?
So I'm based in Howard County, so most of my clients are in Howard County. I have a few clients in Montgomery County, a few in Baltimore County, but I kind of do a 20-mile radius around Columbia. But because I've been working more remote with clients, the geography doesn't really make much of a difference in some circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can meet my clients anywhere.
That's good.
Online.
Online. We're all meeting online these days. So with COVID, that's been a big change, of course. Are you still seeing any clients in person?
So when some of the retirement communities reopened, I created a COVID-19 policy of I wear a mask, they wear a mask, we stay 6 feet apart. We try to have some, ventilation going. So just trying to do all the procedures to adapt to the new world. So I've done that. So with it's client to client. With one client, I'm meeting this person every other month face to face, so then I can help them with all the accumulated paperwork. And then the other month we work remotely, where we do a lot by phone. Some of my clients have been more adaptable, and it's been interesting. We've set up with a lot of them on online banking now. All their bills are on auto pay. It's just made me feel more comfortable that even if I'm not with them, writing checks out and sending things off in the mail, I know that their day-to-day bills are getting paid.
Well, that's excellent. I just know I was seeing my mom every week, and the stack of mail that you can accumulate in 1 week it's impressive. I'm just on a side note, do you also help them maybe have not so many people sending them mail when you're going through their stacks of mail? Is there a way to help reduce that? I'm sorry, just throw that out at you, but.
Oh yeah, no. And it's the quickest and fastest way, I tell everyone, to get rid of that pile of mail coming in, the junk mail, is to set up a credit freeze. And you could Google that, the way to set up a credit freeze with all the different credit bureaus. I think that is the fastest way to stop all those credit card offers. There is something I think called DMA Choice, Direct Marketing Association Choice, where you can set up a request a mail, to be taken off all the mailing lists. I think it's like $2 or something, but it really does make a difference. It takes a while to get off those mailing lists, but it makes a difference. Like me going to the mailbox, I only get maybe 1 or 2 pieces of mail, if that, on a daily basis. It's great.
I'm glad to talk to you just to learn about that. That's a great, I'm always glad to talk to you, very great service, but that's a great thing to know because it can be really overwhelming, and especially if you're older, some people might be inclined to respond to every piece of mail that they receive. And then you get more and get into those concerns about donations
Hmm.
and scams too. I'm sure that you're able to help your clients avoid those kinds of problems with their mail.
Yes, and there is a lot of fraud going on right now. I think any type
Mhm.
of opportunity, if Social Security is going to call you, then they don't call you. The IRS never calls anyone. They send
Mhm.
letters. So you don't. I always have to make sure my I'm sorry, my phone just rang, and
It's okay.
but you always have to like be aware of these, and this is where I always am always advocating to set up a credit freeze, because then you can play defense on any type of fraud instead of
Right.
offense where you're trying to catch up and you know
It is overwhelming.
identity theft.
Yes. So, is there anything else you'd like to share about what you do as what you do? Your daily money management sounds like you're just focused on that one, paying the bills, but you have a variety of things I know that you help. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
So I always think of myself, and this is how I differentiate myself from my competitors, as a financial problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
So I and a walking Rolodex. So I like to work with my clients to find out the best solution to resolving their particular problem. And if I find there is something that they should be doing and it's outside my scope, I'm more than happy to refer them to my team of trusted advisors. I have,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the circumstance, I can refer them to, people who I've vetted and have found, very helpful with some of my other clients. So I like to work with geriatric care managers, estate and elder law attorneys, financial advisors and CPAs, insurance and banking professionals, as well as realtors. So that has really helped me because I feel like I'm part of the team of trusted advisors.
Mm-hmm.
And I can maybe give you an example of like one particular client that I worked with recently, where he lives in a local retirement community and he wanted to give a financial gift to one of his adult sons who is buying a farm. And this client had just recently moved down to the area from New Jersey. And so we basically looked at all his assets. We identified there was a bank account in New Jersey that he hadn't closed. So we closed that and we're able to access some of that money. And then from the rest of the money, we consulted his CPA, because I work with the team, to make sure that anything he cashed out wouldn't create a tax event, is what I think the CPAs like to call it. So we were able to we found a money market in one of these retirement accounts he had. So I was able to help my client save him potential tax consequence, as well as help his adult son with having some money so he can start his life stream. So this is one of the reasons why I love being a daily money manager. It's so rewarding. Every evening when I go to sleep, I can be happy with some of the things that I've done in the world to make their lives a little bit better place, and give them some peace of mind.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And you were talking about a team, and I just want to mention that if it's before October 5th, you can still register for a panel that we are having that Mary's going to be a part of on the website. We're having a live panel noon on October 5th. And then if it's after that date, that recording will be below this on the webpage also. And Mary's contact information and some great other info about her and what she does is available too. So Mary, thank you so much for sharing what you do and making lives much less complicated for so many people by sharing your talents.
Thank you, Debbie. And I do have one more thing to add.
Oh, please.
No one should be using their dining room table as a filing cabinet. Call me and I'll help you turn your pile management into file management so you can sleep peacefully at night.
Oh, words of wisdom. And pile management into file management. I love that. That will be my new mantra. Thanks, Mary. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you, Debbie.